Hello, you're watching Proactive London. I'm joined by Andy Butler, the Chief Executive of Sunder Energy. Andy, lots of recent news to discuss, but the latest is the official name change to Sunder Energy. And I suppose that's reflective of the company as you advance your business in Southeast Asia and the gas projects in Timor-Leste.
That's right, Stephen. Yes, thank you. Yeah, no, we announced recently, and it became effective at the end of last week, our transition to Sunder Energy. So we're no longer Barron Energy, trading under that name with effect from last Friday. And I'm very thankful to shareholders for their support in allowing us to progress with that name change. And you're quite right. The reason for the change is to emphasise our sole focus now on Southeast Asia. Prior assets in Northwest Europe had been relinquished. And we are focused on gas in Southeast Asia and delivering from projects in that region, particularly the Chuditch project in Timor-Leste. And I can say a little bit more on why Southeast Asia and why that name. The Sunder name itself is a term that relates to Southeast Asia, both geologically and geographically, and really it was meant to emphasise our focus on that region. But it being a region where we have we have very substantial, persistent economic growth, translates into demand growth for energy in general, gas in particular as a form of electricity generation, and one that's clean, much cleaner than the very extensive coal that's being burnt in the region at the present time. So we see a lot of opportunities. It's a region where I'm based, where a lot of the team's based and spend a lot of their career or are from this region, where we have a good operating platform, see a lot of opportunities. So yeah, it's a really positive start, and I really see ourselves as effectively a new company with a focus on that region.
Looking at the Chuditch program, you had an announcement out late last month. So you've entered year 3 of the Chuditch production sharing contract. So a milestone for the company as well.
Well, that's correct. I mean, it really just emphasises again that we're moving forward strongly with that project. We see, so we are now sort of formally obliged to drill a well by June of next year, and we're making very good progress in preparations towards that. We put down an enhanced bank guarantee as was required, and we're making excellent progress towards that drilling campaign.
So, I mean, as part of that, you're also looking for funding initiatives. So, how are those progressing? Talks with potential funding partners.
Progressing well. I mean, as I've said previously, we have a number of discussions that are ongoing. They are tending to be with parties that are focused on Southeast Asia region and focus on gas opportunities, and so there's a strong alignment there. I look forward to saying more around it when we can, but obviously we are very focused on that in parallel with the drilling planning. And as I say, the drilling planning initiatives are progressing strongly in terms of our tendering, our rig negotiations, our environmental approvals, our various discussions with government around approvals, and the funding is really going on in parallel with that, and they're sort of mutually supportive initiatives.
Are you still targeting early 2025 for the initial drilling?
Yes, very much so. So we have a particular rig in mind, and we are making sure we're prepared to drill by the end of this year. The opportunity to drill with the rig that we're looking at is available in early 2025. So that's very much what the focus of the team is on.
And then the sort of news flow that investors should be looking out for in the run-up to that drilling, Andy.
Well, as we sort of discussed earlier, we saw a steady program of news flow through this year. We've been delivering on that. We've moved now into year 3. Next steps are around the things I was just talking around procurement steps, particularly around the drilling contract, around environmental approvals and other governmental approvals, and of course around the funding that you mentioned, and all the exciting steps as you get closer to delivering on that drilling campaign.
I hope you'll keep us posted on any developments. Thank you very much for the update today, Andy.
Thank you. Great to talk, Stephen.
Andy Butler is the Chief Executive of Sunder Energy.